I have some of Mama's homemade stew. I went to my favorite restaurant for lunch today. I went to the museum. Started my Christmas shopping. Brought my granny a cute little coaster that I think she'll really love. And I saw what is quite possibly the best movie of all time. Like one of my favorite films, Frankenstein 2025, in the theater. Just phenomenal film. Highly recommend it. Can't recommend it enough, actually. I think you should all go see it. So, in other words, I've had a phenomenal, very fulfilling, and great day. And today, I'm hoping some of you will be a little bit excited. So, if you guys remember, I dabbled in writing horror stories. And also, I dabbled in voice acting and releasing those horror stories. I narrated my own horror stories and I released them. And one of the things that I told myself was that I was not going to re-release those stories again. They live on my other channel, the channel that I have since kind of abandoned. The only reason that channel hasn't been deleted is because there's some videos on that channel that I would like to keep with their original upload dates for personal reasons. But in general, they live on that channel. And the other night, I was listening to Sherlock Holmes. Don't know why I couldn't think of the name. I was listening to the Sherlock Holmes collection, narrated by the phenomenal Stephen Fry, and something happened in the book that created what I can only describe as a chain reaction of inspiration. Instantly. Like, not instantly, but over the course of like 10 or 15 minutes, my brain started whirring and I came up with no less than 5 new ideas for short horror stories to make. And I've started writing one of them. Over the past 3-4 months, 2 months, however long it's been, I have dabbled in some other types of content. Making a couple of documentaries, doing commentary content where I just kind of come home, turn on the camera, film whatever I want to talk about. And part of me has felt kind of unfulfilled. And the reason for that is because, generally speaking, I'm just kind of making content to see what makes me feel better. So, 3 days ago, something like that, I put out a call in my Discord asking for people to transcribe my old horror stories so that I can have the actual words. I'm going to be choosing somebody in about a week or two. I've gotten a good bit of responses, more than I thought I would. But I'm going to be choosing somebody in about a week or two to have the to do these. Of course, I'm paying them. The choice of who I choose to do them is kind of based off of like how much they're charging, because I don't have a ton of extra money. So I'm just kind of like keeping an eye out for, honestly, who has the lowest price. I kind of hate doing that, but it's the best way to get it done in a reasonable time. And I will be, in some cases, re-recording them. In some cases, I will be adding music to them. But the biggest part is that when I am done with the next 5 horror stories ideas, I'll be taking all of them and I will be making a hardcover copy book of them. The other thing is I will be taking all of them when I'm done and remastering them, basically, and I will be putting them on podcasts type of deals. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that things. I'm an author, by the way. I will be putting all of those out to where you can hopefully be able to listen to them from virtually anywhere. And that is the whole goal of what I want to do, honestly, for the rest of my life, is focus on storytelling in some form. It's not always going to be horror stories. I have a few fantasy stories in there. I have some kind of just like regular, like, best way to put it is like slice of life stories. I've had this idea now for a story for a long time of like a guy who had a crush in middle school and then comes back to his hometown after a while and talks to his crush again, like when they're adults. And I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but it's not going to be your typical rom-com bullshit of like, oh my god, she was the love of my life this whole time. I have like an actual like point to the story, like a lesson I want to teach, and it may or may not be based off of my real experiences. But yeah, I was kind of sitting there past few months, and I realized that like when I fell in love with stand-up comedy, one of the biggest things that I really liked about it was telling a story as a form of comedy, making people laugh based off my life stories. And I really felt like storytelling has always been my biggest strength. I've been told it quite a few times that my ability to tell stories is really, really good. I remember one time I got approached by a dude back in California who asked me to go to perform with him at this, I don't even know how to say it. Open mic is it wasn't really an open mic because it was his show. But basically what I got the opportunity to do was tell stories from like his writing. So they were his stories. But he would like recruit people to tell his stories for the show. It was a really great experience. It was a lot of fun. And like that's kind of like always been like my biggest strength is storytelling. And I think that all the different content types that I've tried to do over the years have always involved storytelling in one form or another. Even when I'm like giving my general opinions on things, I always try to relate it back to a story from my life. I always try to like tell you guys a story that like taught me the lesson I'm trying to teach, or taught me the I had to pause for a few minutes. I apologize for the weird jump. But anyway, the point is that I have, of all the skills in my life, I have the most confident in my ability to write and tell stories. And so something that I've been struggling with is my need to make content. I always feel like if I'm not uploading a video, I'm wasting time. And I think that I need to come to grips with that. The fact that I don't need to upload videos anymore. I did it for a year straight, basically, right? And I find that even now, a year after I stopped, I'm still struggling with that concept. I'm still struggling with the idea that I don't have to upload a video every day. I don't have to upload a video every week. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is just a hobby. But even though my current job doesn't pay a lot, and even though my current job doesn't have anything to do with the idea, I still want to own a bookstore someday. And in order to earn that money and that trust, I need to inject myself into the literary world. So, I guess this video is a toast to a new chapter that's reviving an old chapter of stories. Horror, fantasy, drama, whatever the case may be, I want to tell stories. So, I look forward to finishing this story in front of me. I look forward to reviving my old stories and remastering them. All in all, I just wanted to make this video to tell you guys why you might see a little bit less from me in the coming weeks, I will be taking the time to make sure that these stories are good. In the past, when I've written these stories, I kind of just wrote them and then didn't read through them and rewrite them. If you're wondering, the reason I have to get somebody to transcribe the old videos is because I don't have the copies anymore. I would always delete copies after I was done, which was kind of stupid on my part, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's the projects for the future. And if you want to hear my opinions on random things, you can still follow me on TikTok. All the YouTube shorts that you guys have been watching, that's where they come from. They're TikToks first and foremost. So you could always just follow my TikTok. It's linked in the description. And yeah, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all had a happy Halloween. I hope that you're all doing well. And I'm doing well. I'm doing fantastic, actually. Outside of the bad news that I got earlier this week, which most of you saw the video on, my job has been going well. A little bit pissed off at a couple of things, but I mean, no job is perfect. My personal life has been going great. I've been feeling more relaxed in my day-to-day life. I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which is pretty good. Pretty good show. Every weekend I go do something, man. Whether it's see a movie, go out to lunch, go bowling, hang out with friends. Every weekend I'm doing something. I'm getting out of the house more. The depression's still there, but it's easier to fight when I'm not trapped in these four walls all day. If I could give you guys any piece of advice, don't ever make content creation your full-time job. Or if you do, find a way to balance it with a personal life. Don't ever do like I did and be so addicted to the idea of making it that you just cut off every bit of your life to focus on this shit, because it ain't worth it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next story.